Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Thursday, March 7th, 2017, and I am Emily Parker.
And I am Austin Farrar.
Today's top stories include a report from the underwater treadmill
And a Fort Worth police officer arrested for sexual assault. This and more coming up next on Texan TV.
In campus news this morning at Wisdom Gym, HydroWorks Mobile Showroom presented a demonstration of the benefits from working out on an underwater treadmill. Haley Watson has more.
Thank you. This is Haley Watson reporting to you from Wisdom Gym, where HydroWorks Mobile Showroom is doing a demonstration to educate physical therapists, athletic trainers, physicians, and patients on why water works. HydroWorks is traveling to provide these demonstrations to educate people about the benefits of underwater treadmills. Today at Wisdom Gym, a couple of individuals from Tarleton State University are going to get to experience this opportunity for themselves. This is Haley Watson reporting back to you.
Thank you, Haley. To learn more about HydroWorks Mobile Showroom, you can visit their website, www.hydroworks.com.
In local news, according to the Stephenville Empire Tribune, the City Council meets tonight on the agenda. An update on Tarleton's Roundup, grant request for 2 businesses, a rezoning proposal, and a discussion about law enforcement needs, and a special crimes unit. Hunter DeMassey, student director for Tarleton Roundup, will be present at the meeting to discuss updates for the event. Dr. John Hubbard of CETA will also speak to the council about city funding updates and request for a $25,000 grant to Equibrand and another grant for Twisted J. Stephenville Police Jason King will speak about 2 law enforcement items. One of those items is an agreement between the Stephenville Police Department, the District Attorney, and the Erath County Sheriff's Office for the forensic examination of cell phones, mobile phones, and electronic devices. The other item being discussed is a special crimes unit. A rezoning request to accommodate a Panda Express will also be presented at the meeting.
And now, today's Texas, national and international news from the Associated Press. In state news, a Fort Worth police officer was arrested after he was accused of sexually assaulting a 16-year-old boy. Officer David Brintel, arrested by Arlington police last week, is now free on a $50,000 bond. Brintel joined the Fort Worth Police Department in September. Arlington police spokesman Chris Cook said that Brintel is charged with a second-degree felony of sexual assault of a child under the age of 17. The 43-year-old officer was accused of having sex with a minor who he met through an ad on Craigslist and will face up to 20 years in prison if convicted.
In national news, President Trump is looking for answers to the wiretapping mystery. Trump is wanting to find out if he is being kept under surveillance by the U.S. government. Trump claimed on Twitter that former President Barack Obama ordered his phones to be wiretapped during the election. However, former government lawyers say that Trump won't necessarily need the help of Congress to find out whether Obama did indeed order his phones to be wiretapped. Obama has refuted this claim through a spokesman who says that no surveillance has been made on any citizen by Obama or any other White House officials. While Trump has no hard evidence, high-ranking Republican lawmaker Chad Chavetz and his committee are agreeing to investigate.
And in international news, Syrian children are showing symptoms of toxic stress from prolonged exposure to war, the main cause being the constant shelling and bombardment that characterize the war. Symptoms include speech disorders, the loss of speech, and incontinence. A report from Save the Children says that these symptoms have led to children attempting self-harm or attempting suicide. Researchers spoke with 450 children, adolescents, and adults. Of all the Syrian locals Save the Children spoke to, 80% say that children have become more aggressive, and 71% say children have suffered from more bedwetting. In this war, the biggest targets have been schools and hospitals, the very institutions that greatly support traumatized children. According to the 450 people interviewed, 2/3 of the children have lost a loved one, had their houses bombed or shelled, or suffered war-related injuries. For more of today's national and international news, we turn to the AP News Minute.
This is AP News Minute. U.S. missile launchers and other equipment have arrived in South Korea. It's for a defensive missile system after North Korea test-launched 4 ballistic missiles that landed in the ocean near Japan. House Republicans have unveiled their plan to replace Obamacare. The new one would end fines for people without health insurance. Analysts say it would leave fewer people covered. A mix of tornadoes and severe weather struck around Kansas City. The weather broke windows and caused other damage at a small airport in eastern Kansas. And massive wildfires are burning in the southern plains. Flames prompted evacuations in northwest Oklahoma and the Texas Panhandle. Matt Small, The Associated Press with AP News Minute.
In sports, from TarletonSports.com, the Texans softball team will host number 22 ranked Lubbock Christian at 3 p.m. today, and the Texans baseball team will host St. Mary's tomorrow at 3 p.m. In basketball, both the men's and women's teams will be traveling to Colorado for the regional tournament. This is the 8th consecutive year for the Texans to do so. The Texans basketball team was able to erase a 17-point deficit to defeat Angelo State University to claim the Lone Star Conference Championship title and punch their ticket to Pueblo, Colorado for the regional tournament.
And now we go to Quinicia Fraser for today's weather report. Thank you, Quinicia.
The weather today is brought to you by the National Weather Service. Today's high will be around 68 degrees with winds that could get as high as 25 miles per hour.
Thank you again, Quinicia. This has been a production of Texan TV News, a product of the Texan News Service from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas.
Watch us live on Apogee Channel 2.1 in the dorms at 12:30 weekdays. If you live off campus, tune in on Northland Cable Channel 9.
You can follow us on the Texan News Service on Facebook and Twitter, and check out our website at www.texannews.net for all your local, latest state, national, and international news.
Today's broadcast was produced by Haley Watson, Quinicia Fraser, and Matt Hill.
Have a wonderful day, Texans.